Hi, my name is Amanda Harris, and for my Level 3 task, I used a mobile app called FrontRow. It can also be used on a computer. Wen Hunsei Wu and company, in their review of trends for mobile learning study, a meta-analysis state that mobile learning features learners engaged in education activities using technology as a meditative tool for learning via mobile devices, accessing data, and communicating with others through wireless technology. Mobile devices in this definition include smartphones, tablets, iPads, and laptops. In Jessica Levine and Holly Seabury, Evaluation of Mobile Learning, Current Research and Implications for Instructional Designers use Wu's definition for mobile learning. They also adapted Park's Transactional Distance Theory, TDT for short, to create 4 activities in mobile learning. The first activity, in which the content is accessible on mobile devices and encourage student-to-student collaboration through group work. The second of these activities is in which content and activities are delivered on mobile devices and learners' primary interaction is with the content. The third activity is described in which mobile devices are used for group work between students and less structure and communication with instructors. The final one is similar to the third in that there's less structure and defined content. However, the instructor controls the learning for each individual student. Levine and Seabury also use Kuhl's frame model, the framework for the rational analysis of mobile education, which uses the Vygotsky zone approximal development. Vygotsky zone approximal development is when students are right at a targeted level where they're not too hard, it's not too easy, it's just enough to kind of push them. The program I chose to use was FrontRow. FrontRow encompasses the Vygotsky zone approximal development because it's an adaptive skill practice in both math and ELA using Common Core standards. FrontRow embraces Levine and Seabury's second TDT, where students are mostly interacting with content. However, teachers can assign specific content to students. Also, FrontRow does push for some communication and collaboration. However, I will come back to that shortly. When students first open the FrontRow page, as you can see, they can do individual practice or assign practice by an instructor. When a student chooses individual practice, it will allow them to take a diagnostic, as you can see here. After the diagnostic, it places them on their level and allows them to practice their missing skills or allows them to continue on ahead of others. In Qin Hu Su, Jiwan Jinhang, and Chi Kanyin Chang study, it discovered that adaptive mobile language learning approach not only advantage to students from the aspect of learning anytime, but also benefit in terms of learning efficiency and effectiveness. This study was designed for students who were studying English as a second language. However, I feel that this is true for any type of adaptive program, is that it helps students learn where they need to be and get them to where they need to go. And if they're already ahead, it gives them an opportunity to continue to grow beyond the class and not feel held back. Once students have completed their diagnosis, they are, for each strand of a math standard, they are put on a path. And on the path, they can see exactly where they're at and they can continue to grow. They also can earn stars for each of the different segments on the path. They can earn up to 3 stars per section. As they work on earning stars, they also can earn coins. The coins and the stars and the path help students want to stay engaged in the activity. Once they have practiced so many minutes or so many questions, they can then go and dress the pig for 45 seconds using their coins. It depends on the age level and how many practice questions they have to complete before they can go to the store to dress the pig. It's just enough time for them to look at the different things and buy things without it being too much time and then spending too much time dressing the pig versus doing the practice skills. Front Row only embraces 3 of the 4 C's on the app: critical thinking, collaboration, and communication. Critical thinking is used when students apply the skills they have learned in class to complete the problems. Collaboration and communication is used when students are stuck on a particular problem and tells them who in the classroom has already mastered that skill. Students can then go get help from their peers instead of their teachers. This gives students an opportunity to go ask and gives other students a chance to be able to teach what they already know, because we know that when students are able to teach what they know, then they have truly learned the material. The 4th C can be achieved with inquiry-based activities. These activities are partly teacher-led. Students can complete the video independently, but it can also be completed as a class. Students are having to solve real-world problems, and this is where sometimes creativity comes into play, is how can we use these real-world problems that normally encompasses more than just math. It can encompass ELA, it can encompass science, and it can encompass social studies. So this gives students more practice with different subjects than just math, and to see how math fits into more than just these numbers and how does it go into relating to their lives. That is how math is set up in Front Row. ELA setup is slightly different. There's only 2 practice choices: articles and word study. Word study has students take a diagnostics where they do a spelling test, and once they complete the spelling test, when they go to practice their word study skills, it has them sorting words based off of spelling patterns. Sometimes the students can see the words and be able to place them where they go. Sometimes they have to listen for the words to know what to do next. Articles are placed on their reading level after they complete their diagnostic, where they read as many articles as it goes and complete comprehension questions to see exactly where their reading level is at. Again, this is adaptive practice, so it's going to put them exactly where they need to be. However, teachers can assign articles, but the program will still give them comprehension questions based on their level and put it on the reading level they're at. So this way it kind of gives teachers more flexibility where all the students can be reading about the same thing. However, they're reading it on their own reading level, which can sometimes help comprehension. So these are really another great program. Both of these programs are free for teachers and students. Some of the more advanced features for teachers are not accessible in the free mode, however, schools can purchase it. I would recommend this program for any classroom, ELA and math, K through 8, because it's features where it will read the questions to students if they're younger students or if they're ELL students, so that's not a hindrance for them to continue to learn, as well as it has math manipulatives. It allows students to be able to draw using a pen, gives them a chance to practice, still be able to do all the math work without wasting the paper. They can use a stylus on the iPad, or they can use the mouse on a computer to still be able to complete those math programs. Some of the limitations of this program, especially with the free programs, teachers can only assign one type of assignment at a time. So until all the students complete that assignment, the teacher cannot assign another type of that assignment, whether it be adaptive practices, targeted practice, inquiry-based lessons. Every student has to complete it, or the teacher has to delete it in order for her to assign, or him to assign another practice. And then teachers have a limit on what they can print each month, as well as the different lessons they can find. With the school program, all the lessons are accessible. With the free program, there's only a certain number that are free, and the rest you have to pay for separately or have a school account. I think that adaptive learning programs such as Front Row give students an opportunity to grow and feel success in their own learning. and Geo Jean Hongwei and company effects of the inquiry-based learning mobile model on the cognitive load and learning achievement of students concluded at the end of their study, and this is how I feel about Front Row as well, that this innovative approach is helpful to students from both aspects of learning attitude and learning achievement. Thank you for listening.